Welcome to another episode of Wine Vault TV. Today we're going to get straight into it and do two wines. Pinot Gris from Gisbourne, which is on the east coast of the North Island in New Zealand, and then Olssens Slapjack Great Reserve Pinot. This usually retails for kind of 25 bucks and this for 70. And so Gisbourne, not really known for its Pinot Gris, mainly for its Chardonnay, and they're doing some pretty good Merlots out there as well, and also obviously Novelo Gewürztraminer comes from there, and is one of the finest in the country. And so let's get on with this. So you get a nice straw colour Pinot Gris, and this is the 07, and usually Pinot Gris is a bit lighter than this, especially from New Zealand, and so here it's pretty evident that Gisbourne gets a lot of sun and gets really ripe fruit, and I don't know whether you can see that, and it's full of apricots and peaches. Right off the nose there's an abundance of apricot, peaches, and almost a bit of kind of desiccated coconut there coming off as well. That's how tropical the fruit is. Slightly high at the end, but the overall mouth texture and feel is fantastic. Almost slippery, kind of like that slime you used to get as a kid that used to stick to the wall and just slide down, and it's quite like that in your mouth, and then just goes back, and it unfortunately falls off fairly early and disappears. The start of the wine is fantastic, and if I was judging the start of the wine I'd probably give it kind of 90 points, but as a complete wine I'd probably give it about 87 points. It's got a really good nose, and it's got a really good texture, but the fruit characters and everything just don't carry on and translate into a complete wine. But on the start of it, it's great. So let's move on to Olssens. Now, they don't produce this every year, they only produce it in really exceptional years, and 07 was a pretty good year for these guys. And their standard one there, Jackson Barry, is pretty good. And so there was a lot of people hanging out to see how good their reserve Slapjack would be this year. And it's very concentrated on the nose. You get kind of like a rich kind of plum, ripe plum, cherry, almost a bit of dirty tyre in there as well. It's pretty tight. There's fine tannin. It's quite light. It doesn't feel over extracted, even though the colour looks great, and very cherry-like, kind of almost crimson in colour. It's actually quite light on the palate, and quite a bit of acid there. It's not over oaked, and I'm just a little bit disappointed about it. It's just that third dimension is missing. There's nothing savoury. It's just very ripe Central Otago Pinot fruit, and I just wanted it to be kind of three-dimensional. For $70, kind of, you can pick up a pretty good French kind of Burgundy, and here they're making a big play for kind of like the big money, and it just doesn't rub off. I would have expected a pretty outstanding Pinot, and this is just okay Pinot. I've tasted Pinots for kind of $40 that actually are far smarter, but have less of a name and don't have the word reserve on, which is a bit of a shame. So I would probably score this wine 84 points. Some of that is because of the price being so high, but the actual wine is not a 90-point wine. It's not. It's early 80s points, really. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but hopefully we'll get to taste some good ones next on the next episode. So from now, ka kite anō. I'll see you next time.